Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Best of Slot, and I just kind of want to throw my hat into the ring and discuss this whole MCN affiliate managed partner business. Not really a long video planned because there's really only one thing I want to say on the situation. Now there are many videos out there that will explain exactly what has happened, what the change is, how it's going to affect us as game content publishers, or whatever you want to call us, video producers, particularly for gaming videos, more so than pretty much all of us. People who do music are definitely going to suffer as well. But the main problem I have right now is the reaction of the networks, not the problem itself, because I accept that the fact that everyone's becoming affiliates is by and large not really the fault of the networks. You know, it's not their fault. It's YouTube who's putting this change in, who's adding the monetization reviews and all that. That isn't down to the networks. That's not their choice. So that's fair enough. However, what isn't fair enough is how they've reacted to it. I know that on my network, which is full screen, apologies full screen if you happen to be watching this video, which I doubt, we heard nothing about it for a very, very long time. I only recently renewed my contract. I had no idea this change was coming. We weren't forewarned, we weren't given any information about it until far after all the other networks were doling out information. And I signed a new contract for a year under the guise that this would not exist. You know, I signed under a contract, and by far and large, as per usual with gaming networks, the major reason to sign a contract with an MCN is to avoid monetization review. That's why we sign contracts with MCNs. That is the only reason really to do it. Now obviously, when this comes up in the forums, Fullscreen has offered pretty much the same response as other MCN networks, and they've all been saying two things. Mainly, oh, look at all the other benefits, we give you support and all this, and promotion and stuff, and that you should simply schedule your videos a couple of days beforehand. Now we all know that scheduling a couple of days beforehand is simply not always realistic as a gaming network. For example, my Walking Dead series, the other day did Walking Dead Season 2, did the first episode, uploaded all 4 episodes straight away, and you know what? It gave my channel a really nice needed little boost. It gave me about 1,000 subscribers overnight, lots of new guys, fantastic. I needed that, you know, I'm at that stage where I need that content early in order to gain valuable subscribers from it. Other channels, PewDiePie, Cry, all them, they don't need to do that. They've got such an established fan base that it doesn't really matter when they upload the content. A lot of us don't have that. Bloody Nora. A lot of us don't have that at all. So the idea that, oh, just upload early and you'll be fine is rubbish, because it doesn't work for most of us. It really limits a lot of our abilities to gain new subscribers. My channel, the only reason my channel grew in the first bloody place is because I uploaded Skyrim content, and I uploaded it quick. You know, I was one of the first to really upload Skyrim properly and get in there and stuff. So the idea that not uploading within the first day or something is going to not be a problem is ludicrous. It's just stupid, and I wish they'd stop pretending as much. It's fine if you're a big network, and all this is going to do is make life easier for the big networks and harder for the little networks, which again is hardly a good thing. You know, that's the opposite of really what we want. I'm not saying we should hinder the big networks, I'm just saying, you know, you support the little guy for once, Jesus. Anyways, so that's so it's upload early, which, as we've just said, is just crap. You know, it just doesn't help the vast majority of the time. You know, there's just so much you can't do. It limits you in so many ways. And also that they offer all this other support. Now I don't know how you all feel about your networks, but I've talked to a few people from other networks, such as Polaris and that lot, and they don't really get any support, they don't really get any help, they don't really get any promotion. I certainly don't get any of it on Fullscreen. The partner manager I work with he's helpful, I'll give him that. As soon as I brought up the fact that some people are getting managed networks, he had a tendency to disappear, but fair enough, he has been, on the whole, pretty helpful. But there's been no promotion, there's been none of that. There's a hub for channels which are designated arcade, which is all the gaming channels. Does nothing for the network, never has, really. And we bring these things up on the Fullscreen forums, and I'm sorry Fullscreen, I really am, but people come in and say, oh, just stick with the channel, stick with the network, and things will get better in the future. The fact is, this isn't why we're with the network. We are with the network to avoid monetization reviews. We're with the network so we don't have to deal with the crap like this. And that's gone. The reason for being with the network no longer exists. So, all I think, and I'm genuinely consulting a lawyer about this. Okay, I happen to be related to a fairly successful lawyer, so that kind of helps. But I feel that this is in some way a breach of contract. I'm probably wrong, but I do. I feel if it's not on a technical level, it bloody well is on a moral ground, because the fact is, this isn't why we signed up to the contract. This isn't why we're part of the network. If your reason for signing the contract no longer exists, surely you should be allowed out of that contract. That just seems logical to me. So, I mean, I know people tied down to 2-year contracts losing 50% of their revenue. Now, thankfully, when I redid my contract, I got better rates than that, because I would be going absolutely mental right now if that was still the case. But the fact is, they're still taking a percentage of my revenue, and I'd much rather at this point now just not be with a network, because I see no reason to be so. And I know a lot of people feel exactly the same way, that as an affiliate, there is no need whatsoever for them to be with a multi-channel network. There is no benefit left for them, because the networks simply don't do enough for us in terms of promotion and other things. The main reason for game publishers to be with a network was to avoid monetization. That's gone. So to all networks, if you want to do even slightly the right thing, if you want to come out of this not looking like you are right now, which is not good, nobody higher up than us as the individual channels is really coming out of this looking well at all. YouTube doesn't look good, and the networks certainly don't look good. Let people out of their contracts. That's all this, because this isn't going to go away. This is not a short-term problem. If this is going to remain an issue, people are going to keep fighting it, people are going to keep bringing it up, and it's not going to die, and it's going to cause headaches for networks, it's going to cause headaches for YouTubers, it's going to cause drops in profit, it's going to cause a lot of issues. You've got no right anymore to keep us into these networks. As far as I'm aware, as far as I'm concerned anyway, there's just no legitimate right for networks to keep us in these networks. Let us out, or significantly improve the terms of the contracts, because the fact is, there are a lot of people condemned to 50% revenue splits. 50% revenue splits for absolutely no gain. It's absolutely ridiculous that networks are actually getting away with this. And you know, I realise this is a YouTube brought on change, and okay, networks don't really want to necessarily suffer for it, but the fact is, if you're not going to handle it the right way, if you're not going to take the moral high ground in any form whatsoever, and they're not, then why do we care? Why would I care? I was happy with my network. I don't particularly have a reason to leave my network. But how they've handled this fiasco, this whole situation, is actually one of the main reasons I now want out, because it is just shown an utter level of incompetence. A level of incompetence shown by the majority of MCNs. Let people out of their contracts, or significantly improve the rates, otherwise there's no way you come out of this looking well, as far as I'm concerned. That's about all I wanted to say, really. Sorry, I needed to rant. It's been bugging me for days. I've been sitting on the forums, backing up full screen to an extent, backing up other MCNs, because they're all doing the same thing. It's not just full screen by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm backing it up and just saying, look, it's not their change, they're doing their best, they're trying to sort out the information, but the fact is they haven't been. There's been such a lack of information given out, there's been an absolute dismissal of how much of it is actually a problem to us as gaming channels, complete lack of awareness that we had a comment the other day saying, oh, simply upload your video 2 days beforehand, schedule it for 48 hours after, basically put it up and then make it public 48 hours later, and you won't have any problems. And it just completely ignores how unrealistic that is for such a, like, all the time, basically. You know, there's so many situations that isn't a realistic thing to do, and they don't realise that. It's just complete ignorance on their part, and I'm pretty sick of it, and I want everyone to, you know, the fact is, if we sit down and we just let this happen, and people don't make all these little ranty videos, and let's be honest, there's been a lot of them, but I don't care. If people don't make these videos and people don't push this, then the networks will think they can get away with it and do whatever the hell they want. And we've got to show, as channels, as all of us, that we're not going to accept that. And I know I'm not, and I know a lot of people aren't. So this is awesome. Look at my helmet! Sorry, I'm excited. Or the Fisher Protection, which is obviously far cooler. So, yeah, that is all I really want to say. It's not anything particularly insightful or anything. I'm just venting the fact it's just crap. It is, and networks need to do the right thing here. Otherwise, I mean, with the way full screen have acted, I mean, I bring in a decent revenue split these days. I do. It's just the way it is. Compared to the bigger channels, obviously, it's nothing. But I bring in a decent amount of money. If full screen don't big up the game, if other MCNs don't big up the game, that revenue split is going straight to me, because there's no reason for me to be in a network. They're going to start losing channel after channel after channel if they don't buck up their game. And yeah, that's about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Remember, you never have to just accept things. You know, you might think you're being pushy, you might think you're doing pointless videos, whatever. If there's a billion of these videos, it'll be far better than if there's not. You know, we just got to push and push and push and let them know that we're not just going to take this sitting down, that this is okay, that this is somehow an acceptable thing to happen. Contact people, talk to people, look over your contract, because I can guarantee the reason you signed it does no longer exist. No. Call to all multi-network channels, multi-channel networks, even, that would make a lot more sense. Let people out of their contracts, do the right thing, or offer better terms. Because 50% for 2 years is a disgusting rate for something that you are now offering pretty much no benefit for. It's morally corrupt on a lot of levels. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to end it here. I don't really know what this game is, by the way. I think it's Legend of Dungeon. It's Legend of Dungeon. It's like a little roguelite. I think it's multiplayer, because I'm not particularly loving my time. Oh, hello. But I thought I'd show you guys. Nice little Christmas update there. Okay. Oh, that's Plants vs Zombies. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, please do, well, I wouldn't recommend liking, commenting, also comment. Please let us know how you feel. If you've had any problems, what I might do is do another video with sort of everyone's stories, what's happening to everyone else, how everyone else feels about it, your opinions and your views on the situation. If you let me know what has been going on for you guys as well. What's this? Heavy Cthulhu. Oh my god, I'm Cthulhu. And therefore, I am amazing. Okay. Cheers, guys. Much love. Bye-bye.